Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Ellen Bullard again. And you know, every week we always send a new video. But a new video today is on the jobs of the family. And as you can see the boats out there, the canoes. And they build the canoes and, it tells about the women's work and the men's work and how the old people, which was the grandparents or the elders, which was aunts and uncles, would always tell stories to our Indian students. So it starts here saying the men and the women had different jobs in the Longhouse village. But most of the time, the men built the longhouses, the palisades, the canoes, traded with other nations, and were in charge of hunting and fishing. They cleaned land for farming and setting fire to the base of trees, cutting them down to trunks with stone axes. Also, the men had to protect their families, so a lot of times the men went to war. So they had to go to war, and they were trained from birth how to be brave. They were expected to be fearless at all times, ignore pain, hunger, and cold. Also, the men did all the trading. So various northeastern nations traded with one another, with nations farther south and west. They traded for things that were scarce in one region but found in others. Some Iroquois-speaking nations traded with Eastern Algonquin-speaking nations. The women's work was usually in the longhouse cooking. They had many jobs. They were gathering food from the land, planting corn and other vegetables. They raised the children, prepared the hides, which was clothing made, sewed the clothing, made pottery, wove baskets and mats with corn husks, which is shucks, wood strips and grasses. From barks, women made trays, boxes, sturdy barrels for storing dried foods, and they fashioned pots and bowls of soft clay. They decorated the pots by scraping the designs into the clay. Also, the elders of the longhouse were grandparents usually, and they were advisors to the village, and they played very important roles in teaching the children the skills they needed for life. From the time children could walk, their elders taught them how to behave and do all things they needed to do and become responsible, successful adults. And as you can see on this picture here, boys and girls, it's talking about the women, how that they told stories, grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, and they were counted as history. And that when they told the stories, they told it carefully and passed it down from one generation to the next. So you can see them around the campfire, and the grandparent is telling the stories of the old days. So I love you guys, and if you need any help, give me a call. Remember, I want you to work on main idea, detail, sequence, what came first, second, compare how it's the same today, how it's different today, contrast. Also, a word that you don't know in the story that you saw, all the words around that word will tell you the meaning of that word. Look it up if you still can't find it, okay? All right, well, call me if you need me, 280-8514. I love you guys, and you have a great week. Bye-bye.